Hey everyone, you're with Tom from Ludicrous Feed. Thanks so much for joining us today. Next to me here is the MG ZS EV 2023 edition Excite variant. Let's go check it out. All right, so many thanks again to MG Australia for loaning us this 50 kilowatt hour battery, 320 kilometer WLTP range, 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 8.2 seconds. Let's take a look. 130 kilowatts of power. And on sale right now for $44,990 drive away here in New South Wales, Australia. Looking beautiful in the dying light here at sunset. Let's have a look at the tyres now. Michelin Primacy, and it's a 215/55 17-inch. Let's keep walking around the back here. There's the ZS EV badging. We'll take a look at the boot as well later on. There we go, walking around this side again. There we are, a little walk around of the MG ZS EV 2023 refreshed. All right, let's look at some more details here. So interesting here, the number plate is there as so. Very similar to the Atto 3 as well. It's a bit chunky up the front, must be a feature of the Chinese-made vehicles potentially. And the charging port is on the front here. There we go. Type 2, CCS DC portion right there. And if you want to close it, press that one, both shut at the same time. And the charging indicator light goes up as well. All right, and that is the charge port. All right, let's take a look inside the boot. Okay, opening up there with the logo. All right, so I've got a partial shelf to start with here. And this floor space can be lifted up a little bit higher. So there's two levels there, as you can see, top and bottom. Underneath comes with a tire repair kit, also a 10 amp charger for the car, the MG badging, 10 amp socket. And also down here, some more compartments there, this side as well, and some lighting there as well, which is quite nice. Okay, the bin is there, located just there. That's good. And closing hatch there. Rear wipers, fantastic. MG Pilot badging, 7-year unlimited kilometer warranty. That's something that seems more comprehensive than the Atto 3. That they do say no exclusions as well. Now, I do keep referring to the Atto 3 because that does seem to be the closest competitor to this MG ZS EV. While I'm here, I'll just show you all the cameras around the car because there is a 360-degree camera. There's the ultrasonic sensor as well. That's for the tow there in case this car needs to be towed. And there's another camera here on the side. Now this is the Excite variant, which is the basic entry-level model, so the wing mirrors do not fold. We'll go through some of the Essence features, which is the next step up in the MG ZS EV. Also up the top here as well, no roof rails for the Excite version, and also no sunroof as well. That they all come with the Essence version. Okay, so let's open the driver's door and also close it at the same time. Yeah, that's a nice solid thunk. Same with the second row as well. Nice thunk there. And again, when I open this door, you'll see that you know, the interior is adequate. It's obviously, as I said, a basic entry-level EV. The Excite version is the entry-level for MG ZS EV, and fabric seats, and you know, again, fairly basic interior. The trims are good. They do the job. Nice carbon fiber touch there. We'll go through the 10-inch infotainment screen. It's certainly a step up from the Mark 1 version. We'll also go through the driver's console there as well. And some of the basic features include manual control for the seats there. In the Essence version, you get the electronic controls. They are the tyre specifications there. And also, I'll just turn around this way as well. Okay. And some more window controls there on the side. And while we've still got some more light, I'll just show you the second row here. And you've got some USB charging ports here, USB-A, USB-C for the second row. There's a little bit of a bump for the ZS petrol or internal combustion engine version, because this is not a ground-up EV, it's based off the ZS version or ZS build. So there's a bit of a drive tunnel bump, not much, probably about 2 or 3 centimeters at most from the rest of the floor. And interestingly, the ZS EV doesn't come with a center fold down for the second row, so there's no sort of middle part for drink holders and such, and armrests for the second row. And also no fold out, I guess magazine rack in the second row here behind the front seats. Also just the 4-speaker sound system for the Excite version, 6 speakers for the Essence version. Alright, so let's start with the steering wheel. So nice MG logo here. On the side we've got controls here for the center screen, which we'll go through as well. On this side we've got volume control and also infotainment control here as well. We've got the phone's control right here. There's something for voice activation as well, which is great. And this is a little favorites button as well. And down here we've got the wing mirror control and also headlight control as well. If you're got a heavy boot and the car is lifted up, you can sort of point the car's headlights further down as well. That's quite a nifty feature. And of course this car has a braked towing capacity of 500 kilograms. And just panning down here, we've got the pedals here. That's what they look like. Indicators on the left hand side of the vehicle, and the Excite version has got auto light control and also auto high beam. On the right hand side we've got wiper controls. No rain sensing wipers for the Excite version. They are present in the Essence version, and rear wipers as well, as you saw. And that's the cruise control settings here just underneath the indicator controls. Interestingly, I couldn't work out where the lane keeping or the auto steer function was, which was present in Mark 1, but I couldn't seem to get it working, as you saw in our range test for this Mark 2 version. You've got distance follow, traffic aware cruise control, and it's quite easy to use on the highway. All right, let's go through the center screen behind the steering wheel now. So we've got options to play with. So that is the power, and you can see when we were driving on our other video, you could see whether there was power generating from the battery to the motors, and vice versa for regen braking. Shows you the voltage and current, also the motor speed. There's the trip computer down here. You've got the odometer there. You've got the battery state of charge. That's the regenerative braking. There's no one pedal driving. That's the current range, 124 kilometers. That's the gears. And then moving across there, you've got the cruise control visualization there. And then you've got the tire pressures. Good condition, no faults. It's good to know. And more settings, brightness levels, and so there's low, medium, high, right there. We'll leave it on medium. And speed alert off. Check this out, MG service. Next service due August 2024, 40,000 kilometers. Okay, so looking under the infotainment screen, we've got a 12-volt plug here that comes out, socket, USB-C, USB-A, one for data, one for charging. For the switches down here, we've got steering mode, eco, normal, sport, KERS, which is the regenerative braking system for MG, 1, 2, and 3, battery. You press that, bring up the screen here, and I'll go through that right now. So some more stats here: state of charge, range, estimated range, current voltage, charging settings. You can actually schedule the charging start and end time, and battery heating toggle. And then discharge, which is the V2L, which is a paid accessory from MG. Okay, this is the gear knob, or gear shift, park, reverse, neutral, drive. You've got the parking brake and also the hill hold, which actually comes on automatically now, which is a nice improvement from Mark 1. In Mark 1, you had to press it every single drive, which really frustrated me, but Mark 2, it's always on, which is great. And there's a start-stop button, which I feel is probably a bit unnecessary for EVs, but there you have it, a start-stop button. Okay, so down here you've got some more buttons underneath the infotainment screen. So home button brings you back to the main screen there. We'll go through that shortly. Volume controls there. So flicking up brings up the volume, and flicking it down brings it down all the way to mute. There we go. And aircon on and off like that. Okay, that also brings up the climate control screen, and also this car now has climate control, whereas for Mark 1 there was no climate control and it was all manual toggle, so great that it now has climate control. Demisters front and back, and fan control as well, up and down, which is great. I like to leave it on auto, it just does the job for me. And then this button is temperature control, which correlates to this button here. And the screen is more responsive than Mark 1. So we've got particulate filter there, temperature outside. You can push it to turn these on and off like that, or you can just let the car do the job with auto. You've got air volume in auto mode, comfort, standard, strong, off and on for if you want the rear defoggers to come on while the front is turned on. Music is fairly standard. You can use Bluetooth or USB music. You plug those in, or you can use the radio as well. Okay, and it's apparently got digital radio as well. So that's the there you go, digital radio and just the FM radio there. Easy enough to use. 360 camera, as we said earlier, so you've got different views there. The camera resolution isn't great, I've got to say. It's certainly not as good as other EVs I've tested. Certainly not as good as Atto 3's, a really good high resolution camera. And when you indicate left and right, it brings up the cameras up automatically when you're driving. There's a 3D view of the car. You can't swivel it like that. You've got to press these to get different views. It's quite a nice graphic there. And there's some more settings there. Okay, the navigation is significantly improved from Mark 1. If I press that now, shows you where we are. You can move your finger there. This is a nice screen here for your estimated range from where you currently are. So that's how far you can drive from your current position. And then from there you can also press where the electric vehicle charging points are. There you go. And then you can zoom in like that, which is nice. And if you just press on any of them, let's say for that one, charge point, gives you the address, gives you how far away it is, and also tells you what type it is and how fast they are as well. And I find that quite handy actually. That's probably more intuitive than other EVs I've seen. Okay, so this is a DC version, so EV at Mossman. If I press that, charge demo 50 kilowatts. Now I know there's a CCS2 version there as well, but some more details there. Okay, so there's some other features that the Essence comes with, which is 48,990 drive away. So we've got blind spot alert, rear traffic alert as well, Qi wireless charging pad, I've set the 6-speaker sound system, faux leather seats, heated front seats, 6-way power adjustable driver's seat, sunroof we mentioned, roof rails, electrically folding heated side mirrors over here, rain sensing wipers, front sunglass box, and also front seat back map pockets. Okay, so I guess the question on everyone's lips is, how does this car compare to the BYD Atto 3, which is its closest competitor? So I guess you've got to actually compare the Essence version of this car to the BYD Atto 3's standard range, because they're both 320 kilometers of range. And I think when you compare them side by side, the BYD Atto 3 is slightly more expensive, making the MG ZS EV still the most affordable EV in Australia. And for that price, it's actually reasonably good value. And one good thing about the MG ZS EV is that it looks like a car. Inside, it's a car. It's basic, but it still feels like a conventional everyday car. Whereas the BYD Atto 3's interior is not everyone's cup of tea, of course. However, having said that, the BYD Atto 3's quality seems to be a bit better compared to the MG ZS EV. Otherwise, the BYD Atto 3 and the MG ZS EV are actually very similar when you compare the standard range BYD Atto 3 to the Essence MG ZS EV. Both have a similar battery pack, 49 versus 50, 320 kilometers of range. Efficiency is very similar. The MG's 0 to 100 kilometer an hour times 8.6 seconds for the Essence versus 7.3 seconds for the BYD Atto 3's standard range. The BYD Atto 3's wheelbase is slightly bigger, 2700 millimeters versus this car's 2500 millimeters wheelbase. And the BYD Atto 3's weight is slightly heavier at 1615 kilograms versus this car's 1570 kilograms. Okay everyone, this is Tom from Ludicrous Feed. Thank you again for watching my video and my walk around of the MG ZS EV 2023 refresh. Thank you again to MG Australia for loaning us this car to me and my family. We had a great time with it and we certainly enjoyed testing it for all of you to watch at home. Thanks for watching, stay safe, and until the next Ludicrous Feed video, happy charging.